rucksack. Tracks ahead, I chase the unknown road. Sun sinking low, there's no turning back. Just as lonesome, hard and heavy load.
So yeah, welcome back, my barbed wire prophets, my crow-eyed custodians of the midnight brush, my duct-taped disciples of dread. Hobo Yeti here, still crouching in the weeds, still whispering field manuals to myself, still building a counter-surveillance operating system out of paranoia, duct tape, and the occasional crushed Ritz cracker sleeve. They say paranoia is just a disease of the imagination. I say paranoia is the immune system of the homeless. Out here, you don't get locks, cameras, or alarm systems. You get your wits and the willingness to look crazy enough that maybe, just maybe, nobody decides to test you. And yeah, maybe I'm just trying to exert control in a world where I don't have much. But when you're living in nylon walls, control is worth its weight in aluminum tent poles. So today we're building the paranoid Hobo Counter-Surveillance OS, 10 strange habits that keep me one step ahead of thieves, voyeurs, busybodies, and whatever else crawls through the brush. It's not glamorous, it's not sane, but it keeps me from waking up to an empty tent or drinking rat poison cocktails. Let's flip the switch and boot into paranoia. 1. Bury the heavy gear. I don't trust gravity, and I sure as hell don't trust strangers. If something's too heavy to lug on my daily trek, say a winter blanket or a backup camp stove, I don't just leave it lying in my tent like a neon sign for looters. I haul it into the brush, stuff it in a plastic bag, bury it under leaves, then camouflage the whole mess with sticks. It's a squirrel's pantry, except the squirrel is me and the acorn is a tarp. To outsiders, it's just random forest floor clutter. To me, it's insurance. When the tent gets cut, the essentials don't. Call it primitive cloud storage. You don't delete the files, you just scatter them in the woods where only you know the password. 2. Mark the bottles. You want to believe humanity is decent? Then you remember middle school and suddenly you're marking every bottle of water like it's a crime scene. I don't trust unscarred labels. Too easy for someone to crack the cap, spit in it, add rat poison, or just take a swig for fun. So I carve little scratches into the labels or peel back edges where only I'll notice. My hydration has a secret handshake. If the marks don't line up, I know someone's played bartender without an invite. Is this paranoid? Of course, but the alternative is chugging mystery Kool-Aid made by the local psychopath, and in this business, paranoia beats funeral arrangements. Trust but verify. No, verify, then don't trust at all. 3. Portion control or rat banquet. A homeless pantry is either portioned or invaded. Leftovers are rat magnets, cockroach love letters, and coyote party invitations. I buy food that comes in small packages, sleeves of crackers, single-day snacks, things that disappear in 24 hours. My food bin isn't Costco, it's more like a rationed Cold War fallout shelter. Bread, crackers, canned stuff, all chosen so I can eat it the same day or carry it with me. Nothing sits long enough to attract whiskered intruders. You might laugh at my obsession with pre-portioned living, but tell that to the guy who wakes up with a rat in his sleeping bag because he thought half a sandwich could wait until morning. Out here, paranoia isn't about weight loss. It's about not becoming the host of a rodent dinner theater. 4. The rainfly pattern lock. Most folks zip up their tent and walk away. Me? I treat my rainfly like it's a booby-trapped tripwire in a Cold War thriller. When I leave, I fold the rainfly in a specific way, creases, angles, even how it touches the ground. It's not random, it's a fingerprint. If I come back and that fingerprint's been smudged, I know someone's snooping. Sure, maybe it's just wind or a raccoon doing yoga, but I don't gamble with maybes. I stand there, staring at my rainfly like it's the Rosetta Stone, checking for signs of intrusion. It's ridiculous, I know. But ridiculous is how you keep from getting robbed. Paranoia turns nylon and Velcro into Fort Knox, and Fort Knox never apologizes for looking insane. 5. Closing the tent window. Here's a psychological trick. A closed tent window is a Schrodinger's box. From the outside, nobody knows if it's empty or occupied by some hobo with a crowbar and bad intentions. So before I leave camp, I zip that window shut. It's not bulletproof security, but it adds a layer of doubt. An open flap screams, "Nobody's home." A closed flap whispers, "Try it and get a crowbar surprise." Will it stop a determined thief? No, but it'll make the casual looky-loo think twice. And in survival, hesitation is your best friend. You can't stop people from peeking into your life, but you can fog the glass just enough that they start seeing their own reflection instead of your stuff. 6. The sound of voices. Voices in the woods are like ghost bells. You don't know if they're 10 feet away or 100. When I hear chatter, I don't sit and wonder. I unzip and step out, scanning like a paranoid meerkat on caffeine. Usually the voices are farther than they sound. Wind carries noise like a gossip hotline, but I don't gamble. Better to look crazy than to wake up surrounded. My ears might not be sharp, but paranoia fills in the blanks. You hear laughter in the dark? That's either teens messing around or your eviction notice warming up. Either way, I'd rather be standing outside than curled up like bait in a nylon sack. The moral: listen, then assume it's closer. Always. 7. Branches in the path. Everyday travel leaves a breadcrumb trail, except the crumbs are flattened grass and bent branches. Anyone with half a brain or half a dog can follow it straight to your tent. So I play amateur landscaper, dropping branches, scattering debris, making paths look uninviting. It's camouflage theater. Sure, a bloodhound could still sniff me out, but I'm not hiding from a bloodhound. I'm hiding from joggers, dog walkers, and curious drunks who think shortcut through the woods is a good idea. People avoid inconvenience. Put a branch in the way, and most will shrug and turn back. It's cheap, it's simple, and it works better than you'd think. Out here, paranoia is just landscaping with teeth. You garden against humanity, not weeds. 8. Daily stand and listen. Leaving camp isn't just walking away, it's ritual. I step outside the brush, stand still, and listen like I'm auditioning for the role of creepy guy in a thriller. Same when I return. I pause, scan, and wait for any rustle that doesn't belong. It's awkward, looks like I'm posing for an invisible audience, but it keeps me alert. 1 extra minute of hypervigilance can mean catching a tail, spotting a dog walker, or just realizing the woods are quieter than they should be. People think paranoia is exhausting. It is, but exhaustion beats the alternative. Walking back into your own tent only to find someone already napping in it. Out here, you're not just surviving, you're rehearsing for the world's least glamorous spy movie. 9. Keeping a low profile. A tent in the open is basically an invitation, so I drape a green 10 by 12 tarp low over my setup, half covering the tent, half covering open space. It blends with the brush, breaks the line of sight, and creates a shallow overhang I can step under when it rains. It's not about beauty, it's about vanishing. To a passerby, it looks like nothing worth a second glance. A sagging patch of fabric, maybe storm debris, maybe a mistake of nature. Criminals look for opportunities, not puzzles. And a low camouflage shelter whispers, "Move along." The paranoia is in the details, making sure the angles, the folds, the shadows all conspire to erase me from the casual glance. Low profile equals high survival. 10. The paranoia mindset. Every trick, burying, marking, portioning, folding, camouflaging, comes back to the same principle. Paranoia as practice. Out here, control is scarce, so you invent rituals. You fold the rainfly, scratch the label, scatter the branches. It's not just protection, it's therapy. In a world where anyone can wander through and rewrite your day, paranoia becomes a hobby. Is it healthy? Probably not, but it beats helplessness. I'd rather spend an extra 10 minutes rearranging sticks than wake up to an empty tent and a bitter laugh. So yeah, maybe I'm over the edge, but paranoia in the woods is a sharper tool than optimism. Hope won't stop thieves. A scratched bottle label just might. And there you have it. The paranoid Hobo Counter-Surveillance OS. 10 tricks, hacks, and rituals designed to make me look insane while quietly keeping me alive. Every move is ridiculous until the day it isn't. Buried gear, marked bottles, portioned food, rainfly puzzles, camo, low-profile shelters, staged branches. On paper, it sounds like I'm prepping for an alien invasion. In reality, I'm just trying to eat, sleep, and wake up with my stuff still here. They say paranoia rots the brain. Maybe. But when you're living in a tent, paranoia sharpens the senses, gives you edges where the world wants you soft. It's not about comfort, it's about control in a place that doesn't offer much. So yeah, I'll keep listening for phantom voices, rearranging branches, and zipping tent windows like they're classified files. Because in the end, paranoia isn't the enemy, it's the ally. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace.